What are the traits of the obsessional personality, and where does this classification even originate from?
Well, the idea of the obsessional personality is a long-standing construct in the world of psychiatry. So it goes back at least over a century. And it's based on observations of certain personality types. And my intro into this whole area was just by observing what I saw as many obsessional personalities around me at the workplace. And that's what I initially attributed much of what was going on until I began to see perhaps the larger political way in which it was reflected. The obsessional personality is a rigid personality. Okay, that's the first thing to say. And it shares that rigidity with certain other personality types, including paranoid personalities. And so you often see overlaps there as well. And I think you see that in what's taking place in society today. The perfectionism often takes the form of a utopian idealism for people on the left. They begin to see things as good and bad, black and white, with some idea in their mind of what the perfect equity-driven society is going to be. And so that's a big part of how their perfectionism manifests itself. It also makes them basically impervious or very resistant to being criticized, which again is something that you see. And as I mentioned, one of the things that I saw taking place amongst my students. But there are many other aspects to obsession which are really very interesting, including a form of sadomasochism, with masochism possibly being the operative element here, where one sees oneself as allowing oneself to be a victim. So it's a victimized mentality, and that fits well into the Marxist idea of the oppressed and the oppressor, and so they kind of fit hand in glove together. The rigidity again makes them prone to projections. Which means that essentially, simply put, what they're guilty of doing, they see in others, which certainly was what took place during the Trump administration and the accusations made against Donald Trump, virtually all of them untrue, at least objectively, but apparently reflecting things that they were up to themselves, certainly the whole Russia collusion story being one of them. And so, again, the type of personality is really, I would say, what we're seeing as the underlying mentality, if you will, of the left is a rigid personality, which includes elements of narcissism, obsessionality, and paranoia. And I think if you throw those in a kind of healthy mix, you've got the average mentality of people who are active, at least on the left.